Hello, thank you for joining in. Today we will learn how to draw high contrast portraits with markers. For this tutorial I am using a tiny SMLT Art Authenticbaby drawing pad with Bristol paper inside, a few markers, a pencil and an eraser. First of all, I'd like to mark a frame with a pencil. It is not necessary, but I'd like to leave some space because it looks more aesthetically pleasing. For the portrait part, I recommend finding a high contrast black and white photo as a reference. The main purpose of high contrast reference photo is to see shadows as shapes. That helps a lot when constructing an image. When we decide what we want to draw, I encourage you to start from a center line. Then mark the top and the bottom. In that way you will have guides where to put all the parts of the portrait. One of the safest ways is to mark the center of the portrait. Then you will have a great anchor point, and from there you can construct the image. Try not to think about as a portrait. Concentrate on shadows and what shapes do they create. You can think about it as an abstract drawing, but with certain kinds of shapes in a certain place. Your goal is to identify that place as precisely as possible and softly mark an outline of that abstract shape. After that, you will have a pencil drawing with all the shadows in their places. You can fill those forms softly with a pencil to check if your drawing makes sense. Then make your drawing softer with an eraser. This step is needed because markers tend to get dirty if you draw with them on a dark pencil sketch. For the coloring part, we will need 3 markers. 2 markers of the same color, but one the different tone. One should be darker, and black. First, cover everything that is not a shadow. Not overthink it, but keep in mind that you can put fewer layers of color in lighter places, which will give your drawing a 3-dimensional effect. The next step is to cover all the dark places with a black marker. This layer should be as precise as possible, because it will distinguish the main forms and make everything pop out. The last step is to cover the darker tones of the portrait with a more intense marker. In that way, your drawing will be more realistic from a form perspective. You can play with colors and try different style shadow strokes that will give your drawing a unique look. That's all for this time. I hope that you heard or saw something useful to your creative explorations. Feedback would be appreciated. If you want to support our channel, subscribe and push the like button. Thank you for being together in this virtual space. Until the next time, bye.